Hello YouTube, and welcome to my iron factory. I decided to go with a completely different shape for a change, and it was like the best thing I've done and the hardest thing I've done. So this tower holds all the iron production. I've set up some sinks here just to get the factory moving. So they'll start sinking what's being produced and the factory will get moving for you. So on the outside, to get this crazy shape that I've got, I've used a lot of pillar manipulation using the beams as well to get these curves and to create that kind of shape. And I created my shape first and then tried to fill in the gaps after, which is much tougher than it looks. I used like a vented window sort of design in the middle and at the top, and then I've tried to get windows in where I can and fill in the gaps everywhere else. I think it turned out all right. The roads for the city are starting to come together now and starting to connect up, and they'll just keep changing as we build. So let's take a look inside the bottom floor of the iron factory. So as we come into the iron factory, you can see there's not a lot of room inside. So nothing was really hidden away. Everything's open and visible. So I tried to make sure that all the lifts and the conveyor belts were on shore, but also neat and tidy as possible because of the space we were working with. On this bottom floor, you can see all the smelters smelting all the ingots, and I'm going up the center column there. Used a ring of lighting all the way around it, and at this end you can see we have our lifts that go up and down. So when you come up on the next floor, you can see this part of the center column, and there are more smelters. So the smelter downstairs and the one above both feed into the same line using a combination of splitters and mergers, and that's what you're seeing here in the center. So now that we've split each two lines into one, it goes up the column up to the next floor, which we can access through these ramps here. At this level, this is where all the iron plates are being made and then sent up further and then back into the central column. There's only 4 machines here because I don't believe I'll need that many plates. Again, on this floor you can see the central column, and if you look up, there is quite a lot going on up there. We can move on up these ramps to the next floor, where at the top there's a hypertube that'll take you up there. So up on this floor you can see we are making the rods, and just below us you can see the screws being made. The rods and the screws once again make it to the central column, and all the finished products make its way down the center of the central column. At this floor you can see the vented windows, and if you look up you can see the top of the tower from the inside. Looking at everything moving in here gives me the idea of like the inside of a clock or a stopwatch with all the moving parts everywhere. Complicated but organized. But from some angles looks a bit like spaghetti. I don't feel this build is as detailed as I would like to go, but it's very difficult working with the angles and some of the shapes without obvious clipping happening in some places, and getting floors to fit, like the foundations, was extremely difficult. So what foundations I do have, I've had to try and make it look as if it's being held up the best I could, but because of the shape I went for, it was very, very difficult. So I don't know if I will approach a shape like this again, or if I do, then it may take a lot longer than the time that I've spent on it this time. You'll have to let me know in the comments whether you would like to see more of this kind of style, or whether I should just avoid it and save my sanity. On the outside here, I'm thinking about a car park, but because I don't know whether I'm going to be bringing a road off at any point around this circle edge, I don't know how to finalize where I'm going to put the car park, so that will evolve. Probably do things like that in streams as further videos go on. But as you can see, now that I've built that tower, we have this new road that comes around and along here. And the materials bus is now extending as it will make its way through the city. Back to the outside of the build, you can see some of the areas where it was difficult to close gaps without clipping too much. But overall, in general, I'm happy with how it turned out. So if you enjoyed that style of build, let me know in the comments. If you didn't enjoy that style of the build, again, let me know in the comments. It'll give me an idea of whether you'd like to see more of that or not. But the next build will definitely be something simpler. So that's my little iron tower. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.